When I was doing my apprenticeship in the early 70s in Essex at Boyce Hill, it was on the busiest days of the week, Saturday and Sunday mornings. It was 3.25 hours for 18 holes. That seems unrealistic nowadays. In those days, it was a great deal to do with the licensing laws because the bar had to close at a certain time and people wanted to get in and get a drink before they had to go home and do their honeydews. So uh, they were motivated, shall we say. Nowadays, and some people, of course, lament this, it's more like 4.5 hours to play 18 holes, and we'd like to make sure that it isn't more than that. And so that allows you 15 minutes a hole as an average. And the other number that's quite useful is how long you should be taking over each stroke. It's generally thought that 40 seconds should be plenty of time to get a stroke gone. And in fact, my remarks here are going to be trying to make it possible for you to drop 10 seconds off that time and actually do it in 30 seconds. So let's get started with a couple of the obvious, well, I say obvious. I'm hoping that for a few people they're not obvious so that we actually are doing some good with these videos. So one of them is when you're, of course, with your kart partner, approaching your balls having hit your tee shot, then whoever's away will be the first one to hit. And when you are waiting, if it's your partner, start to calculate what clubs you need to take with you to go to your golf ball properly prepared to hit your shot. And so you sort of start doing your sums early. Now, if it's at all possible, take, let's say, 3 clubs that you know are highly likely to provide the right choice, and a spare ball marked so that it's identifiably yours and distinctly different from the first one that's in play, just in case you have a hiccup and need to reload, as we used to call it, and your scope. And if you can do it safely, walk to at least the general vicinity of your ball so that you can start that process of doing your sums about which club to hit and what you're generally going to try and accomplish. And then limit yourself, and this isn't always easy, but I understand that, is limit yourself to 1 practice swing. It should be enough. My experience with my clients has always been that even if they do a slightly less than perfect practice swing, in other words, they didn't quite like how it interfaced with the grass, there's no real benefit to doing a second one if it was generally good, because even if you do a perfect one, there's no absolute certainty that the shot with the ball is going to perfectly replicate it. So just get generally moving in the way that you want with 1 practice swing and then go for the ball.